the fashion fear control. But then some went ahead and said cosmetics. I want to do the cosmetics. And then it said here, no one said definitely the bras, but also the Signia program. So there is various degrees. Nutrition played a very important part. A lot of people wanted to see the new nutrition line. So it depends, actually, the enthusiasm that you project about the product is what the enthusiasm the person you're talking to will have, because your excitement is what gets them going excited. Because if you're not excited, how do they get excited? So if you don't get excited about your products, well, they aren't either. And if you're not doing good in sales, I can only narrow it down to, number one, you're not excited, and you're not out seeing the people. Otherwise, it would work. Because all of these answers came back. Oh, I love the bra. I love the bra. Oh, that was really great. Oh, I liked all the products, and I liked this, and oh, they just went on and on. Now, the next question that was asked: what was this person more interested in, the products or the opportunity? Now, how do you do both at the same time? Well, it's fairly easy, and I'm going to explain that to you from the standpoint when you get the product on the person, that really is the first thing to do, because if they're not sold on the product, how are they going to be excited to go out and talk to other people? But the most important thing is that you say to them, you know, we've had such great success with this product that I am very, very interested in finding some additional help because I can't get to all of these ladies all by myself. Whether that be cosmetics or it be bras, whatever it may be, you always need help because think of all of our population. We're over 300 million people. Over half of them are women. And you need some help to fit these ladies in bras because women buy an average of 5 bras per year. So, all right, now let's see what they said. Opportunity. Wow, some are interested in money. Some weren't interested in either. Great. Well, then later, Gail said that one time. She said, keep at them, keep going ahead and talking to them. Who knows, and they may change their mind or the circumstances change. One said maybe selling products occasionally. Another one, product, opportunity, both. One was looking for products at wholesale. And that seemed to be, some of them were big on that. One works for another direct selling company, but she's really interested in our products, but she can't join the business, but she was interested in some of our products. So you see, just because they work for another direct selling company, you really don't want to proselyte them. You don't want to steal them over because that's not fair. But what you want to do is to let with the product, and they'll tell other people about your product as long as it's not a competitive product. So there are some ways to work with that too. So there's no avenue that stops you from talking to people unless you make up your mind to stop. And it goes on and on. And some people said a combination of both, and the opportunity that to travel with your business really excited some people. And then what we really love to hear was this one. She said, I think she realizes that the bras are a product that sells themselves. And I thought, how true. So those are type of the answers, and we really felt we wanted to share that with you because it does give you an insight to how do you go about doing some of these things. Now I'm going to turn it back to Corey, and she's got a question. She's going to really take it from there. So there you go, Corey.
Thank you, Phyllis. Now, the question I'll be covering is, does this person have a job? If so, are they working full-time or part-time, and what is their current profession? Now, why is it important to know those things? It's important to know their career and professional situation to help you determine how you will approach them. Now, listen to this. I took a little survey of all our answers, and 75% of the women approached were working. And 30% of that 75% explicitly stated that they were working a full-time job. The rest was part-time. So this lets us know that those who do have a job are not working full-time. And how does that benefit us? Well, let me just cover the full-time first. If you're talking to somebody who's working full-time, what are some of the things that you would want to find out for yourself? Number one, how can this person working full-time incorporate their job and the products, right? You can also stress to them the extra income opportunity, because just because someone has a full-time job doesn't mean they're really making ends meet. And another one to talk to them about is that how they can eventually transition out of that job and into a total full-time career with Beauty by Janique. Also, one of the staple things that everybody loves about being with Janique is that they can work at their own time. Talk to them about that. And they can actually do something they love. And the number one reason of all is that when you have your own business, especially with a company like Janique, you really are in control of your income. And there is more of an income potential because it's actually your own business. So those are some of the things that you would communicate to someone with a full-time job, and some of the things that you might want to ask someone with a full-time job. Now, if they're part-time, you can easily tell them, you know what, you're not working 8 hours a day. This is an easy way to earn more money. Fill up your extra time with money-earning activities, and you can eventually turn this opportunity into a full-time career. I mean, a lot of part-time workers now, I was talking to Phyllis earlier today, and, a lot of the part-time workers don't have benefits with their jobs. And one way to afford your benefits is through money-earning activities with a company like Janique. Other companies aren't watching out for you, so you have to watch out for yourself. And the one way you can really watch out for yourself is to go into business for yourself. And that's one of the things that, you might want to communicate with someone who's working part-time. Now, one of the other findings we found through this survey is that 15% of the people contacted were business owners, and that's great. You know why? Because business owners have a ready clientele, depending on who they are. Another thing is that another one question that you might want to ask is, how can this person work the product into their business? Now, if they're chiropractors, nurses, physical therapists, masseuses, we actually got a response from someone who's a masseuse. They have a ready clientele. They can offer their products to the women that they are seeing in their business. And, as you probably can get a hint through these telephone conferences, business owners can be great distributors because of that ready clientele. And do you know what else makes a business owner such a great distributor? They have the capital to invest. So that's why that question is so important, and that's why it's really important for you to find out exactly what their career situation is. And so one of the other responses from this question was that a lot of the women who weren't working was because they were, new moms, and they wanted to stay home with their kids. There were a couple of answers, actually, from someone who was working, but they wanted to, look for another job for a new adventure. What does that say? Well, it means that they're kind of bored with their old job, and they're looking for basically a more exciting and fun job. And what can be more fun than being a Janique distributor? It's really a career where you network for a living, and that can be really fun and exciting. There's another response. Someone said they wanted to take orders and use part of their commission to start. Well, you know what? That answer is that person is a perfect someone for holiday helper on the move. Isn't that right? So let me see. I have one more. I believe I have one more question. Yes, the second one is, do you plan to follow up with this person? If so, indicate your follow-up method. Okay, listen to this. 97% of you answered yes, you do plan to follow up. And what was the common way of following up with our distributors? Phone, email, and snail mail in that order. And what's the common pairing of following up? Phone and email. So what does this question say about our distributors? Well, it says that you guys are great at following up, but the challenge is, how often are you following up?